State your name.
Anthony. Tony. Tone.
And where you from?
I'm originally from California, Bay Area, San Francisco Bay.
And now you're in...
I'm in Las Vegas, the city of saints.
What brought you to Las Vegas?
First, my wife. My wife and my in-laws moved out here from the city, and we followed.
What was one of the biggest struggles that you guys had coming out here?
Me was probably like alcohol and Red Bulls. And just never slept, and I always drank, so it wasn't a good mix.
Yeah. Was your relationship with your wife, was it weird at that time, or?
It was cool. She really liked it out here. She got involved in like boxing. We used to box together in the garage, but she really started taking it seriously, and I started taking drinking and running around the city seriously. So yeah, we kind of had some serious falling outs. But I think it was all meant to be. We were here for 2 years, and I fell out so bad I had to go back to California, and she went back with me. And
what made you leave?
Sin, man. Honestly, yeah. Like I had a really bad feeling I was either gonna like end up dead or like in jail or hurting someone, or maybe even just losing my marriage. More importantly than anything. I was having a lot of drunk incidents, and sometimes when you get too carried away, things happen, and I didn't want that to happen.
You felt crazy, right?
Yeah, I felt crazy, man. I was drinking, just running wild, man. And
so you just left and went back?
Well, I told my wife, I said, I tried to transfer. I did transfer, and everything kept working out, but I was still here in the city, and I just felt like I was just being chased down, and I was about to really get caught. And I told my wife one day, I said, I can't stay here another day. And I said, I don't want to separate or nothing. I don't want to divorce or any of that, but I have to go. And, her being a strong woman and wife and caring and loving and selfless, man, she just was like, well, if you're going, I'm going to go with you, and the kids too. And, that's why I love her so much. I mean, one of the reasons I love her so much. But.
So you guys went back?
We went back.
San Francisco?
Yeah.
For how long?
Probably, I think it was like 6 to 8 months. We still had a house that we were trying to sell up there, and it was vacant, and it never sold. So I was like, you know what? I think God's telling us to go back to San Francisco. And
so you had a relationship with God at this time?
Kind of. I was talking to him. I've always had a relationship with him. I knew him, or knew of him, I guess, and talked to him since I was a kid, man. But following him for real? No, not until like the second time we came back to Las Vegas. We've been here for 2 years now. The second time, we stayed for 2 years the first time, and at the end of the 2 years, it was like a breaking point in my life.
So what happened? I mean, between that time of going back to California and then actually coming back out to Vegas, like what? To explain, it was like a lot of moving. It seemed like all in a short period of time.
Yeah, it was.
Take me through that process.
When we went back to California, my wife's cousin, Gilbert, this dude, man, was like, just like me before, pretty much, in a lot of trouble, not trouble so much, but just, regular acting, wild and reckless. But this dude found Jesus, and, he started calling me up and telling me all about him and telling me, or asking me if I knew him. And I was like, yeah, dude, I know him. Like, I've been knowing him since I was a kid, and like, dude wouldn't stop calling me, and I was like getting kind of irritated, like, man, why don't this guy like stop talking about Jesus? Like, I want to talk about the Warriors or the A's or the Raiders or something, the Niners, but homeboy kept calling me. So eventually, like, I'd see the caller ID, and sometimes I honestly just didn't pick up the call because I knew what the talk was going to be about. But he came up to our house one time unexpectedly and started explaining about this revelation he had, and there was an attack on my wife and our relationship. He started mentioning like Leviathan and all this stuff, and I was like, dude, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I was kind of scared, like, but cuz prayed over me and over us actually, and we started praying in tongues, and I was like, what is this? Like, I was tripped out, but I felt something I had never felt before in my life, and I knew that God had really told him to come up and tell us about this, and and we went to this church, man, this Christian church, and I had never been to a Christian church before. It was weird, man. They were like, jamming and celebrating, all happy, and I was like, I walked in and I was kind of shocked. I didn't know what was going on, but the pastor was talking, and he just started talking about exactly what was going on in my life, and so I started listening. I started listening and paying attention, and so we went to like this Christian church for a while we were back in Pittsburgh, in California, and it was really good, man. And I just noticed like my family getting tighter. My kids were paying more attention to us as parents, and it got good, man. And then all of a sudden, everything stopped, man. My wife lost her job. I lost my job. We were about to lose the house, and we were like, what is going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, now we're following you, and then all of this stuff just happened, and we were about to go move to either Hawaii, we have family out there, or back to Las Vegas. And I felt stronger knowing God, but I was still like, Las Vegas, now I'm cool. Like, of course we want to go to the islands, or I did anyway. And he led us back here, man. And I didn't know why until now. And like, now my whole life has changed. I got my job back at Mandalay Bay and fell right back into the same spot that I was in when I had left. But I knew he was available now. Honestly, I thought like back in the day, like people used to tell me Jesus died for you, and I was like, for real? Like, thank you, but like I thought he was dead. Like I didn't know he was available. Like, and now that I know he was here and like available, it was just I felt so much stronger. I was working at Mandalay, and all these friends, so-called friends, started coming around and invited me back into the same realm that I had just ran out of the city in the first place for. But I called out to God, and I was just like, Lord, like, what do you want me to do? And it's the first time I really like felt like I heard him say something to me. I mean, I didn't hear like this big voice or nothing, but like in my heart I felt like he said, read my word. And I was like, read your word? Like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? I never even cracked the Bible. My cousin gave me a Bible, but I had never opened it really. I used to watch like Joyce Meyer, Creflo sometimes, and it was cool, but so I started digging in this book, man, and I didn't understand it for nothing. And I was like, Lord, help me understand it, And all of a sudden, like, boom, it came to light. And people started coming into my work spot and like, oh, you're reading the Bible? Like, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm having a hard time. Genesis, like, this guy begot that guy, begot that. And I was like, what's going on here? And they were like, did you ever read about, the Gospel of John and, the Gospel of Matthew and these epistles that from Paul? And I was like, who's Paul? Like, that's my middle name. And I took it like I was interested, and all of a sudden, man, like, I was addicted. I was addicted to reading the word. And when that happened, dude, all type of things started happening in my life that were changing. And it was hard because I was like, really, I was still enjoying my sin, you know what I mean? I used to like, I had been smoking, trees, man, for years, and I didn't see anything wrong with it because it made me a more mellow person. And all of a sudden I started feeling disgusted by it, you know what I mean? And I didn't want to kick it because I was so used to it. But that was one of the great things he delivered me from. I was like, I'm gonna quit. And I quit it like 50 times, man. Until I realized I had to ask him to help me quit, and when I did ask, man, it was like, boom, I didn't even want to smoke. Like, my boys would be smoking, they're like, you want to smoke? And I'm like, nah, dude, like, really, my stomach would turn, and here I am now, back here, and I haven't smoked in so long, and I don't want to, and I just feel great, man. I feel refreshed, bro, to be honest with you. It's a good thing. But yeah, we're out here now. My wife and kids are really strong in the faith. They're growing. I'm growing. I'm learning. I'm still a baby in all this, but I just know that once I really did get to know this guy, Jesus, like, I'm free for real. Like, I'm not going to hell. And that's just that in itself is just everything to me, man.
A lot of relief.
Huh?
It's a lot of relief.
Everything. Yeah, I have no weight on my shoulders, I could get beat down in the street and like get up smiling because I'm still going to heaven, Yeah.
Amen. Thanks for sharing, man.
Yeah.